Ladies and gentlemen, we have always been talking about the united opposition taking shape as a coalition. But the united opposition has been on the forefront, showcasing a divided front. But as of right now, things seems to be taking a new turn. As we speak right now, the united opposition has come out clearly this time round with a clear goal and a clear intent of one name that will house all the parties under the united opposition. And this team has decided on a counter plan to the newly forced Kenya Moja Alliance that is rumored to be funded by the President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto, that is led by Ruto And Wamuchomba. Now, leaders from the united opposition have narrowed down currently to 4 possible names for the new political coalition they are building ahead of the 2027 general election. The team, whose technical committee has been working behind the scenes to craft a united opposition outfit, says the names represent the spirit of change they want to project. According to insiders in the technical committee, who spoke in confidence, the 4 names floated together by the united opposition are Muungano wa Ukombozi, Komboa Kenya Alliance, Liberation Alliance Movement, and Mageuzi Coalition. Now, among these 4 names, one name will come out as the official name of the united opposition coalition. Remember, in the year 2013, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Ruto had 2 different parties. That is the URP party led by William Samoei Ruto, who was then campaigning as a possible presidential candidate. On the other side, there was the TNA party led by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, which was also a party that Uhuru was using to campaign for himself as a possible presidential candidate. But when they met at the Limuru 2 meeting in Limuru, they crafted an outfit that came to form the coalition that won the government in 2013. That was the Jubilee Coalition. Remember, in 2017, Raila Amolo Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka came together with ODM party and Wiper party, together with NAK party and other parties that were in the opposition, to form a coalition, the NASA coalition. The NASA coalition is the coalition that Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Amolo Odinga used to campaign. Before the NASA coalition, there was the CORD coalition. Now, in 2022, Raila Amolo Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka, and the opposition, came to form the Azimio la Umoja coalition, which until date is an opposition outfit that we know lost to William Ruto Kenya Kwanza coalition in 2022. Now, these are clear steps that, if they are taken seriously, then the united opposition will actually project themselves as a possible outfit that can actually take down the Kenya Kwanza government under William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga right now. Now, members confided to the nation that the proposed names were chosen after weeks of consultations, with the goals of finding a brand that resonates with Kenyans disillusioned by current economic and political realities. 4 names were proposed, but only 3 were taken for reservations at the Registrar of Political Parties for possible registration. The proposed Liberation Alliance Movement was knocked out as the team wished to have Swahili names owing to Kenya's national language, a source at the technical committee told the nation. Now, this leaves Muungano wa Ukombozi, Komboa Kenya Alliance, and Mageuzi Coalition as the available options. Analysts say the final choice of the name will send a strong signal about the identity and direction of Mr. GACHAGUA's political camp. Whether the coalition leans on the liberation narrative, the language of reforms, or a unifying front, the decision could shape its public perception and influence other political actors in the run-up to 2027 general election. The opposition team comprises of key principals, including former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, DAP-K Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, Democratic Party Chief Justin Muturi, and People's Liberation Party PLP leader Martha Karua. The team has planned a retreat to address simmering tensions over the 2027 flag bearer and to select their preferred coalition name and officials as proposed by the technical committee. The Secretariat argued the principles to approve a coalition name and officials for the coalition to kick off. Now, it is also noted that the technical team wished to know the kind of approach to be used in regard to the upcoming by-elections, hence the need for the retreat. The DAP-K party leader Eugene Wamalwa, one of the coalition principals in the opposition outfit, told the nation of a planned retreat to be held soon. Now the retreat is coming so that we can plan our coalition issues. It will be soon. That is what Eugene Wamalwa said. Now, the proposed meeting comes as President William Ruto, backed by ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga, has stepped up a political offensive, leaving Mr. Gachagua's camp under pressure to resolve internal wrangles or risk losing relevance ahead of the 2027 general election. President William Ruto has challenged the opposition camp to outline their agenda for Kenyans instead of engaging in empty rhetoric. Speaking at State House, Nairobi, during the recent launch of the Nairobi County Empowerment Program, President Ruto said his administration is resolute and focused on delivering change across the country. And I quote him, "We will not and we will never succumb to the blackmail and threats of one term because we know where we are going as a nation." As Mr. Gachagua's camp now seek to lead a united opposition in 2027, their coalition building drive echoes 2 decades of Kenyan politics where alliances have proven decisive in tilting the balance of power. Coalition politics has defined Kenyans' competitive landscape, often determining who rises to power and who is left in opposition. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka says their quest is for a NARC-like coalition that will sweep President William Ruto out of State House in 2027. Now, speaking at the Democratic National Alliance DNA Party's National Delegates Convention held this year, Kalonzo hinted that their movement would field a single presidential candidate. And I want to quote him. "I want to propose an example of NARC. We shall be discussing the details. And I'm sure we shall get there. All the parties, including DNA, DAP-K, KANU, PLP, Jubilee, and all opposition outfits, shall come together and compete, and whoever emerges as the winner, regardless of the political party, shall carry the coalition's flag because we have a duty to redeem our nation," Kalonzo said. Now, political analysts say that Kenyan's politics has taken a new twist following the political reapproachment between President Ruto's UDA and Mr. Odinga's ODM. Now, for Ruto and Raila to lose in 2027, there need to be one big coalition of an alternative political juggernaut, such as NARC against KANU in 2002. If the opposition does not come together and front one candidate, Ruto and Raila will sponsor some minority presidential candidates who will in turn chip away some of the votes. Now, I remind you that I spoke of the Kenya Moja Alliance. The Kenya Moja Alliance, or the Third Forms Alliance, led by KALONZO AND Wamuchomba, Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, and Caleb Amisi. Currently, there is a rumor that they are incorporating people like Didi Nyoro, people like the governor of Murang'a County, Governor Irungu Kang'ata. And there is a decision that has already been made that this Kenya Moja Alliance is going to field Didi Nyoro as their presidential candidate. Remember, this outfit is funded by the government. If this outfit is funded by the government, then this is a move by the government to divide the votes of the opposition. Meaning, in 2027, there is a possibility that the votes of the opposition will be divided, and that gives Ruto a chance to become or to win the election come the year 2027. Now, Professor Gitile Naituli of Multimedia University says that President William Ruto faces a complex and narrowing path to re-election in 2027, following the emergence of parties and their resolve to join hands in a larger coalition. While Incubus gives him certain structural advantages, state machinery, visibility, and resources, there are several significant stumbling blocks that would undermine his bid if not addressed deftly and strategically, the professor of management and governance said. Now we all come into an agreement. It is time the opposition comes up with a coalition name that will actually be the outfit of the united opposition, where all the parties will line up. Now, this thing also comes at a time where it's very crucial for this decision to be made, because remember, we are only remaining with 1 year and a half, that is 1 year 6 months, to the general election. So it's upon time they make this decision and gives us their candidate, or things are not going to be as usual for them. For now, that's what's up. Subscribe.